It is the thing we probably dread most, doing our taxes. Lots of people need a bit more time, and they file for an extension. Well, that window of time is drawing to a close. October 15th is the deadline. So what do you do if you need just a skosh more time? Well, here is, to give us some advice, is Angela Sticka-Snyder. She is a taxtanisa.
Hi, how are you doing today?
I'm good. How many people in the country have to file for an extension? We're talking like in April.
Right, so they originally do April 15th, and usually about 70% of people file for an extension. That doesn't mean they haven't filed yet. Maybe they just file for an extension and then maybe they file on the 16th or the 17th, but a lot of people wait.
What's the number one reason? They can't afford it?
The number one reason is they're afraid and they think they have to pay. But even if you just, whatever you do, file by October 15th. The failure to file penalty is brutal.
What happens?
It reaches up to 25%.
Get out, that's worse than credit cards.
Yes, it's worse. So even if you can't afford to pay, get filed so that you can stop that penalty. You can always work out a payment plan. You can even get into what's called CNC, currently not collectible. So there's options.
So, I mean, so the IRS will work with you even if you don't have the money. You can send $1 a month.
Well, I don't know about that. Maybe not $1 a month, but
they're not that friendly, are they?
Well, there's ways out. You just want to make sure you get filed because that failure to file penalty is so large. So definitely get your stuff together. If you're unsure if you've forgotten something, you can actually go to irs.gov/transcript.
Okay.
And you can pull down anything that's been filed against your Social Security. Your Social Security number, excuse me. It's really interesting. So I recommend people doing that. So if you've lost any documents, you just can go there, pull down transcripts, and see what's filed against you.
And so you mentioned the penalty, and you know we hear about superstars that haven't filed for a couple of years.
Yes.
And it's probably so much more that they have to pay now.
Yeah.
Or can you end up in jail?
You can end up in jail. There is a lot of celebrities that have ended up in jail that, oh my goodness, you can think of Willie Nelson, Nicolas Cage.
The Sanford and Son guy.
Yes.
Yeah.
So many of them are. And entrepreneurs and business owners are the number1 people that don't file.
They don't. And
they don't.
You have a book.
I have a book
that you've written that's free. The
Yep,
best
it's a free
four-letter word. Now, so this is about people who make business mistakes?
Right. It's expensive business mistakes to avoid, and it's just the common sense things that a lot of people don't realize that they just never knew. Because you don't know what you don't know.
For instance?
For instance, if you're a business, make sure you save your receipts. No receipt, no deduction. Okay? Unfortunately, just because it says something on your credit card statement, it says you went to Office Max, you could have gotten backpacks and crayons and back-to-school stuff. You have to see what you purchased.
Okay, and so it has to say there on the receipt then what you did.
Yeah.
And so what's another, a common mistake that just ordinary folks make?
Not adjusting their W-4s. So a W-4 is what you tell your employer how much to withhold. So people they'll either maybe go exempt because they need a little bit more money, which is a big mistake, or they will just adjust it or they don't even adjust it. So if you owe at the end of the year, you might want to reevaluate and look at that and adjust it. So the way I viewed it is it's a really easy way to understand is that number. So let's say you're married in 2 or married in 4. That number, that 4 is how many mouths you have to feed. Okay. So the higher that number, the more money you get in your paycheck today.
Okay, well, you've got good advice. I want you to fill out my taxes. All right, don't forget, deadline, October 15th.
Next Tuesday.
All right, good to have you with us.
Thanks.
And you're fun. All right, we'll take a break and we'll be right back.